Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamasloke bhaktir bhavati naisthiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, verse number 16. So we will read the words, translation, purport, and then we will discuss. Maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idaṁ māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanty ajaḥ maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idaṁ māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanti ajaḥ. Once more. Maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idaṁ māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanty ajaḥ. Anyone? Maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idaṁ māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanty ajaḥ. Maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idaṁ māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanty ajaḥ. Maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idam māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanty ajaḥ maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam sarvāścaryamaye cyute idaṁ māyayā devyā avati hanty ajaḥ. Okay. We'll read the word to word translation. Ma, do not. Maṁsthāḥ, think. He, certainly. Etad, all this. āścaryam, wonderful. Sarva, all. āścarya-maye, acyute, the infallible. Yaha, one who. Idam, this creation. Māyayā, by his energy. Devyā, transcendental. sṛjati, creates. Avati, maintains. Hanti, annihilates. ajaḥ, unborn. Translation. O brāhmaṇas, do not think this to be specially wonderful in the activities of the mysterious and infallible personality of Godhead. By his own transcendental energy, he maintains and annihilates all material things, although he himself is unborn. Purport. By his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The activities of the Lord are always inconceivable to the tiny brain of the living entities. Nothing is impossible for the Supreme Lord, but all his actions are wonderful for us, and thus he is always beyond the range of our conceivable limits. The Lord is the all-powerful, all-perfect personality of Godhead. The Lord is 100% perfect, whereas others, namely Narayana, Brahma, Shiva, the demigods and all other living beings, possess only different percentage of such perfection. No one is equal to or greater than him. He is unrivaled. Om Tat Sat. Okay, so it is a great opportunity to glorify the Supreme Lord and his devotees. So, anyone who glorifies the Supreme Lord and anyone who hears the glories of the Supreme Lord, they all get purified. Okay? All of you can follow English? Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have internet working today, so we don't have Tamil translation. Okay. The entire Vedic literature, Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, if you look at entire Vedic literature is glorification of the Lord. Right? All the Vedas, they are glorifying. Vedaischa sarve ahameva vedyo. So all the Vedas, all the Vedic literature, they are glorifying the Supreme Lord. And some glorifications are direct, sometimes glorifications are indirect. All of them are glorifications. Every verse in Bhagavatam, every verse in the Vedic system, Vedic literature, it is a glorification of the Lord. But some verses are direct glorification, some are indirect glorification. And this verse is a direct glorification of the Supreme Lord. So therefore, it is a great privilege to discuss this particular verse, recite this verse, listen to this verse. You all get that, right? So it's a great opportunity. Glorifying the Lord is also always a great opportunity, right? And this verse is a direct glorification of the Lord, so it's a great fortune. Now, in this verse, see, this particular pastime is after the Mahabharat, at the end of the Mahabharat war, Ashwathama, he threw a brahmastra, he released brahmastra onto the Pandavas and the infant who is inside the Uttara's womb, who is none other than Parikshit Maharaj. So Ashwathama wanted to destroy all the Pandavas and their future generation, right? But the Supreme Lord wanted Dharma to be established. The Supreme Lord wanted Pandavas to be protected. So it is mentioned that Krsna rakhe to mare kon. Krishna mare to rakhe kon. Right? If the Lord personally decides to protect somebody, let the entire three worlds come together, but still nothing will happen to that person, because the Lord personally wants to protect. You understand? So when the Lord is personally, He is the protection for Pandavas and their hair. So what happened? When Ashwathama released the Brahmastra, Uttara, she could see that a very fearsome arrow is coming towards a big ball of fire is coming towards her. She realized that it is coming to it will definitely kill her and also the womb, the infant. But Uttara did not wanted the embryo to be killed, because a great devotee of the Lord is now in the womb. So Uttara is a beautiful verse. If you look at verse number 9, in the we covered that a few days back, where Uttara is coming running towards Krsna. See, Krsna boarded the chariot. All the Pandavas are there, great warriors, all the rishis are there. But Uttara is coming running towards Krsna. And Uttara is telling, Pahi pahi mahayogin, deva deva jagatpate, nanyam tvad abhayam pasye, yatra mrityu parasparam. So Uttara is telling, Pahi pahi mahayogin, deva deva jagatpate. So he is saying, please protect me, please protect me. She is not asking anybody there. All the Pandavas are there, all the rishis are there. She is not asking protection from any of them. She is coming to Krsna, because she knew that Deva Deva Jagatpate, Krsna is the Lord of the Lords. He is the Supreme Lord. He is the Supreme Master. He is Jagatpate. So, and she is saying that, except for you, who can give me abhayam? Nanyam tad abhayam. And other than you, who is that who can give me abhayam? Abhayam means, you know, who can give me protection, who can give me assurance. So when such a big danger is coming, there is nobody in the creation who can protect. Actually, that Aswathama released multiple brahmastras to destroy the Pandavas and the Parikshit. And Krishna, what he did? Immediately he realized, he understood what is happening. He released Sudarshan and protected the Pandavas. He himself covered, as Paramatma, he is there everywhere. He covered the womb of Uttara, thus he protected the embryo. Okay? So, this is an act which is not possible by any living entity. All the Pandavas are there. They wanted to take their weapons, but it was so quick. Even before they did it, Lord protected them. Lord stopped it. Right? So in this context, now Suta Goswami is talking to Saunakadi Rishis. So we know all Bhagavatam, how it is narrated, right? Parikshit Maharaj, so Sukadeva Goswami narrating to Parikshit Maharaj. So that is the Bhagavatam, which is again narrated, repeated by Suta Goswami to Saunakadi Rishis in Naimisharanya. So that is what is recorded by Srila Vyasadeva. So that is what is Bhagavatam. So Suta Goswami, in this particular verse, Suta Goswami is telling to Saunakadi Rishis. So Saunakadi Rishis, they are all brāhmaṇas. So therefore, Suta Goswami is telling, maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam. So all of you are thinking that Lord at once stopped all the brahmastras coming towards the Pandavas and to the womb. He entered into the womb and protected the embryo. Normally if we say this, what we will think? What āścaryam, right? What a great surprise. But Suta Goswami is saying, maṁsthāḥ etad āścaryam. What is this wonder? This is not a big wonder. You understand? This is not a big wonder for the Lord. Because idaṁ māyayā devyā sṛjati avati hanti ajaḥ. This Lord, who by a fraction of his energy, he is creating the creation, maintaining the creation, destroying the creation. Can you imagine? The millions of material worlds are there. And the Lord, with a fraction of his energy, is maintaining all of this. So for a person who is so powerful, so great, doing so wondrous activities, this activity, what is the big deal for him to do this? So that is why he is saying, this is not a big wonder. For a person who is doing so big wonders, this is just a small thing. So like that, who is telling? Suta Goswami is telling to Saunakadi Rishis, right? So it's a direct glorification of the wonderful activities of the Lord, the greatness of the Lord. Here in the purport, very beautifully, actually Prabhupada used very choice words. If you look at, see, all his actions are wonderful. For us, see, nothing is impossible for him, but all his actions are wonderful for us. Everything that the Lord does is wonderful to us. Lord does very, very easily. But for us, it is very, very wonderful. Okay? So therefore, Lord is always beyond the range of our conceivable limits. Therefore, none of the actions of the Lord we can understand. It is difficult to understand the Lord, right? Any of his actions, right? And is all powerful, all perfect. See, we might see so many people who are trying for perfection. For example, there are great personalities who are trying to perfect. From the scriptures, if we take Arjuna, is a great archer, right? So like that, there are many people who have perfected different arts. But anyone you take, you cannot say that he is 100% perfect. There is no time he will go wrong. This is not possible. But Krsna is that person who never goes wrong. Who is always, he is perfect at all the times, in all the activities, he is perfect. So that's why the Prabhupada uses here, tells here that he is all perfect and all powerful. Right? Now, see, it is mentioned the Lord is āścaryam. The activities of the Lord are wonderful, right? Now, not only for us, let us look at a few things. Devatas, at the start of the Srimad Bhagavatam, very first verse, it is mentioned that Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayah. So that means all the Devatas, they are put into illusion, including Lord Brahmaji. See, Lord is creating such a beautiful material world. It is looking so real that even the Devatas, who are very, very powerful personalities, highly intelligent personalities, up to the level of Brahmaji, whose power it is beyond our understanding. He is so powerful. He is so great personality. Even up to Brahmaji, everybody is getting bewildered. That means how perfect his creation is. Do you understand what I am saying? Right? See, the material creation is called as an illusion. Right? And everybody is getting bewildered. He's done such a wonderful activity, such a wonderful creation, that what to speak of the humans, the rishis, the devatas, Lord Brahmaji, all of them are getting bewildered. Okay? So like that, okay, now let's look at the expansion of the Lord, Balramji. After the Brahma Vimohana Leela, Lord Brahmaji personally comes and he's getting āścaryam. He's thinking, what is this boy? Is he the Supreme Lord? Is he mimicking my master? So like that Brahmaji is thinking. So Brahmaji is getting astonished. And when the Lord expanded himself to all the cowards and the calves, again Brahmaji is astonished. Right? Similarly, Balramji, in the same Brahma Vimohana Leela, Balramji, he is wondering what is happening here in this Vrindavan. All the cows, looking at the reactions of the cows and the mothers, Balramji is thinking, what is happening here? Balramji is not able to understand the Lord. I am just trying to say how the Lord's activities are wonderful. Even great personalities, it is difficult for them to understand. Right? Now, sorry, this is getting wonderful. Yeah. Devotees, we know Mother Yashoda, always she will look at wonderful activities and she will get bewildered, and then they say, oh, this is not my child. My child cannot do these activities, right? Lord Vishnu, personally, he wants to see Arjuna and Krsna. He is so attracted towards them. He wants to see in person. So he makes an arrangement that they come to Vaikuntha. So Lord Vishnu is also, he is wondering the activities of the Lord. Now, what to speak about all this? Krsna himself, when he is looking at the mirror, seeing his beauty, the Lord himself is wondering, how is this beauty? Right? And we all know the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord wanted, he was wondering, how is that these gopis of Vrindavan, they love me so much, especially Radharani, how is that she can love me so much? What is that nectar she is deriving in my association? So, the Lord himself, he got astonished, and for that he was to take avatar in order to understand his own glories. So you understand? So the Lord is so wonderful that the entire creation gets bewildered, gets astonished by the activities of the Supreme Lord. Right? Now, I'll tell you, we all know wonderful qualities of the Supreme Lord, right? See, let's talk about Lord is all merciful, right? Lord is all glorious. You know why he is so attractive? The main reason why he is so attractive is because he loves his devotees. Okay? He is extremely merciful towards his devotees. So that is why his attraction becomes really, really high. Now, let's look at the mercy of the Lord. Sukadeva Goswami, when he heard the verse, Aho bakiyam sthanakalakutam, so this particular verse in Bhagavatam says that, Aho bakiyam sthanakalakutam, when Putana, who is a wicked Rakshasa, wanted to kill Krsna, and the Lord, somewhere in her heart, there was a thought that I will feed Krsna. But what is the activity she is doing? She is externally, mostly internally, most of that is also she is trying to kill Krsna. But somewhere in her mind, she had a thought, I will feed Krsna. And Lord is so merciful that he gave the position of Dhatri in the spiritual world. Right? So that means you can see the āścaryam. Sukadeva Goswami, he became astonished. How is it possible? So he got attracted to the Lord. And he came back to Vyasadeva. Now look at this. Bhrigu Maharshi, he goes all the way to Vaikuntha and kicks on the chest of the Lord. Can you imagine somebody kicking on your chest when you are resting with your wife? When the wife is there next to you, you are resting, and someone comes and kicks on your chest. And the Lord immediately gets, and who is that person? He is the Supreme Lord. And he gets up and he comes to Bhrigu Maharshi, holds his feet and saying that, oh, your feet got hurt. So, in our experience, it is not possible, right? So the Lord is very wonderful. His activities are extremely wonderful, right? Now, Gajendra, when he is praying to the Lord, he was sitting with Lakshmi Devi, Gajendra, when he is calling, he left everything. He is not even thinking, he is not even conscious that he is holding the pallu of Lakshmi Devi. He started running. Lakshmi Devi is running behind him. He forgot all his Shankha Chakra Gada Padma Garuda, everything he forgot, he running. So what a level of mercy the Lord is having, right? See, there is a saying that you try to understand this particular saying, okay? Shri Shri Radha Krishna Lalita Vishakha ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Balabhadra Subhadra Māyā ki jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. So, okay, I'll just tell you a statement. The biggest arithmetic ever is to count the mercy of the Lord. You know arithmetics, calculations, you do sums, right? The biggest arithmetic, if you have to count the mercy of the Lord, then that will be bigger than any other number that you can imagine. You understand the point? Okay? So the biggest arithmetic is to count the mercy of the Supreme Lord. I'll tell you, how do we understand this? See, it's very simple. The person who is sitting on the altar is the Supreme Lord. How many in the world are eager to serve Him? Millions and billions and trillions and infinite people, right? How many great personalities wants to serve Him? But He is accepting our service. You imagine this. He is accepting our offerings, our dressings, our prayers. You understand the point? So, how great the Lord is to accept this, right? Now, look at this. The whole world is filled with atheists, correct? Why are we in the material world? Because we are atheists. You get my point, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have entered into the material world. The very reason why a person enters into the material world is he denied the existence of the Lord, he denied the Lord. So that is why one entered into the material world. So they are atheists in one sense. So the whole world is filled with atheists. That means I don't at all care about him, but 24 hours he cares for me. He supplies food to me. He takes care of me. He gives me water. He gives me air. He gives me food. He gives me relatives. He gives me place to live. He gives me everything. So if you try to understand this aspect, the Lord's mercy is beyond our imagination. We can't understand how merciful the Lord is, right? Now, looking at the opulences, like strength of the Lord, right? When Lord, see, can you imagine, we all heard so many times, Krsna lifted Govardhan, Krsna lifted Govardhan. We take, okay, Krsna lifted Govardhan. But can you imagine somebody lifting a huge mountain? This is something which we can't think, how is it possible? And not just with a lot of difficulty. And in a very playful mood, with his left hand, little finger, the Lord is lifting it. Right? So, what is parallel to this strength? Right? There cannot be anything more like this. Right? The same Lord, actually nobody in Vrindavan also believed it. What to speak of us? In Vrindavan, who was staying next to him, they thought this is not Krsna. This is all because all the elders, they are holding the sticks. They are holding the support. That's why the Govardhan is staying in place. It is not possible. How this boy will lift? Mother Yashoda is not ready to accept it. Right? Now look at this. The wonder of the Lord. Same Lord who is lifting Govardhan, like Avalila, means like very playfully he is lifting Govardhan. Next moment, he is getting the chappals of Nanda Maharaj, holding on his head while coming. Due to the heaviness of the chappals are so heavy that he is not able to walk properly. Can you understand see? So like that. So the Lord's activities are so wonderful. Look at the beauty, right? Yamuna Devi, see, we can imagine some living entities or some humans getting attracted to beauty, right? Yamuna water, looking at the beauty of the Lord, is not able to flow. It is coming back in the reverse direction. Animals in Vrindavan, the peacocks, they come near to the Lord, opening their wings. All the animals, they come. The calves, they are licking the lotus feet of the Lord. They are all around the Lord. So the Lord's beauty attracts not only the humans, everybody in the creation. Right? So this is what is wonder. Right? Now look at the gopis. Right? Gopis, if we closely watch, gopis, they are so attracted to the Lord that all the customs, connections, relations, who is going to criticize them, right? Everything, they forgot all that. Gopis, when they heard the flute of Krishna, some gopis, they were serving husband and elders. They just left. Can you imagine? See, this if you think such a custom, such a orthodox families, and right in front of all the elders, they are just leaving everything and going away. Gopis who are feeding the children, the babies, they left their babies and went away. Right? So, and look at this. Some gopis were not allowed to go. They were tied up by their husbands. They left their body and went away. You understand? They left their body. So that means how attracted the gopis are. Right? Now, the gopis, they offered everything to Krishna. There is no reservation. There is no bindings. Right? So, there is everything that they have, completely they offered to Krishna. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, Aslishya vapadaratam pinastu mamadarshana marmahatam karotu va yatha tatha va vedataatu lampato mat prananathastu sayeva napara. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I'm okay, you crush me under your lotus feet, I'm okay. But life after life, see, can you imagine, one life we cannot dedicate. Personalities are saying that life after life, may I get a dust, may I become a dust at the lotus feet of your lotus feet. Right? So that means how much the devotees are attracted to Krishna, so we can understand this. Now, let's talk about fame, right? So, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yadyad vibhuti mad sattvam srimaturjita eva va tattad evavagachatvam mama tejomsa sambhavam. So Krishna is saying that anything that you see glorious, you need to know that this is part of my glory. That means anywhere anybody praising anything, appreciating anything, that is because of the glory of Krishna. We need to understand. You see a beautiful flower, right? What is this flower made up of? If you think deeply, it is nothing but mud. If you put it in the soil, it will become soil, correct? So what is it? It has come from the soil. It is a transformation of the soil to a beautiful flower, right? Now, how is that it can become a beautiful flower? That's because of Krishna's mercy in that, right? Similarly, in the entire creation, wherever you will see something great, something wonderful, something nice, right? See, this, if you look at the actually in a scientific manner, if you see, the entire world is nothing but a set of different types of elements. That's what they call it in the periodic table. There are so many elements in the periodic table, right? Like aluminum, iron, copper, or different gases. So that's what is the material world. Now, how will you get a taste in it? How will you get a sense of touch in it? How will you get a smell in it? Are you getting the point? Now, when the creation happened, the Mahat-tattva is just energy. And in that energy, the Lord entered. When the Lord entered, the whole creation that started fructifying. That's become very beautiful. Okay, you understand the point? So that means, if you try to understand, this is like in some of the movies or some places you might see, it's a completely dry thing. Suddenly one charge enters, the flowers, fruits and the trees, they will fructify. It will become very beautiful, wonderful it will look like, right? What is that? That is Krishna. The world is beautiful because of Krishna, right? So now it is, how will you understand? You see this, there is soil, you get a seed, and you put the seed in the soil. What happens? A beautiful tree comes with nice flowers, fruits, so many things, correct? How is it happening? That seed, from the seed the tree is coming, and beautiful it is so much nice things are coming in that, correct? So that's how it is happening. So like that, Krishna is telling, aham bija pradah pita, I am the seed giving father. So that means the original seed for the entire creation, for all the beauty, all the fame is Krishna. You understand? See how wondrous the activities of the Lord. If we try to analyze, we'll understand this. Right? Now, who all are, so the Lord is famous where? He is famous in Bhuloka. All the living and all the people in the material world, they go to the Lord and pray to Him. Right? From millions of years. Right? So many generations have gone, but still we remember something which happened in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga. Not in this Kalpa, from the previous Kalpas. Even today, their glories are there. Correct? Now, similar, not only in Bhuloka, talk about Swargaloka, all the Devatas, they know the glory of the Lord. Right? Brahmaloka, they know the glory of the Lord. Right? Now, who all are the people? All the normal people. Rakshasas, Now look at Hiranyakashipu. He may be thinking the Lord as enemy or a friend, but constantly he was remembering the Lord. Right? I am talking about fame. Okay, you may say it is a negative fame or positive fame. Right? But he was famous among the Rakshasas. He is famous among the Rakshasas. He is famous among the Devatas. Right? He is famous among the devotees. Right? Now, you may say that, is he famous among the atheists? Yes or no? How? Narsimhadev, okay, as Hiranyakashipu, like that you are coming. Now let's say normal atheists who are there, we are not so great as Hiranyakashipu. So in that sense, right? So normal atheists who are there, is he famous? Famous means everybody knows him. Everybody knows him. All the time, past, present and future, all people, all lokas, everybody knows him. Now, how is he famous among the atheists? Criticize. Okay, even if you criticize, you are good. You understand the point? See, the point is, people don't even think that something exists at Krishna or the Lord, right? People don't even think like that, right? Now, I'll tell you one thing. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, those who do not follow me, I come as death. Death is nothing but is a personification of Krishna, right? Anybody in this world don't know death, don't accept death. So anybody who knows death, he understands Krishna. That means he understands that there is somebody superior to me. You understand the point? They understand that I cannot control. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful, but he feared death. Whole world, they may think I'm great, but they fear death. That means everybody knows there is somebody superior. You may know his name, may not know his name. That's a different thing. But everybody in the creation, they understand the Lord is famous everywhere. Right? Okay, so see, I'll tell you one thing. How many people are famous because they're stealing? As a thief. How many people becomes famous? Right? The Lord, whatever activities does, he becomes famous. If he steals, he is famous. Like he is stealing butter, he is stealing the saris, he becomes famous. If he is giving, he is famous. Like Kuchela, the way he gave to Kuchela, he becomes famous. He bestows, he becomes famous. Like Gajendra, he is bestowing Gajendra, he becomes famous. Punishing, he punished Bali Maharaj, and he became famous. Today, he is so famous because he crushed Bali unto the Sutala Loka. Right? He became famous. Right? If he is killing, like he kills Ravana, he becomes famous. Right? If he is giving life, like he gave life to Sandipani Muni's son. Right? He brought him back from death. Right? He is famous. If he is dancing, he is famous. He is famous as one who has danced on the Kaliya. If he is eating, he is famous. Look at, he ate Sabari's food. Sabari's given once. So he become very famous. Right? If he is cheating, like Wali, he cheated him. He famous because of that. Right? If he is a genuine friend, like friend to Sugriva, friend to Vibhishan, he is so famous because of that. Right? So any activity the Lord does, this is what is called all perfection. You understand the point? Lord is all perfect. Whatever he does, he is perfect. Right? So that is what he is all perfect, every time perfect. Now look at this. Renunciation. Now, if I teach my child that you should do this, the child may not agree, may not understand. I'll tell 2-3 times, I'll explain with a lot of energy I'll spend, and I will try to explain. After everything I explain, I will expect that there will be some response from my child. You agree? Everybody will agree, right? Whether it is child or somebody, you are telling, Prabhuji, this is good, this is good, this is good. For lifelong, you are telling, so many times you are telling, that person is not understanding. Or at least some response you will expect. Correct? Yes or no? What is Krsna doing? After telling the entire Bhagavad Gita, all the yogas, showing that everything is done by me, I am the controller, he is showing I am the supreme, he has shown Vishwarupa. Finally, after doing everything, he is telling to Arjuna, iti te jnanam ākhyātam guhyāt guhyataram maya. The most confidential of the confidential knowledge, I have already given it to you. I told you. Then he's saying, the last line he's saying, yathechasi tatha kuru. I've given you everything, I've told you everything, but do as you wish to do, as you like to do. Can you understand this point? Such a great renunciation. Not because I told you so many, 700 slokas I told you, I stopped the war. I have made so much of arrangement. No. He is not at all expecting anything from Arjuna. If you want, you do it. If you don't want, it's okay, it's up to you. So, exalted, the topmost level of renunciation we can see with Krsna. So, Krsna married 16,108 wives. He danced with millions and billions of gopis. And Krsna, the Vedas call Krsna as ājanma brahmachari. What a personality, can you imagine? See how much renounced that person is, right? See, he is the supreme. He has taken everything from Bali Maharaj, and he has become the Dwarpalak of Bali Maharaj. So, you can see his mercy, he can see his renunciation. He is not thinking, oh, I am so great. Under my feet, I have crushed you. He is not thinking that. He is saying, he has become the Dwarpalak of Bali Maharaj. So, that means, we can see his how glorious the Lord is, how renounced the Lord is. Alright? Now, nothing to talk about richness. The source of richness, the personification of richness, that is personally Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi sahasra sata sambhrama sevyamanam. Sahasra koti Lakshmis. They are looking for an opportunity to press the lotus feet of the Lord. So, it is, if we see a big person, a rich person, we think, oh, can you imagine the kind of opulence that the Lord has? The entire opulence in the creation, and millions and millions and millions of what we cannot even understand or experience, right? They all are waiting to serve the Lord. I'll tell you one point here. See, all of us, we would have seen Rath Yatra or gone to Rath Yatra, or at least watched in the TV, correct? When Rath Yatra is happening, when the Lord is on there on the chariot, just in the Bodadanda in Puri, 10 lakh people, they are standing there, and 90% of them, they don't even get an opportunity to touch the rope. If you have gone there, you will experience that. 90%, they also know we can't touch the rope, because you can't enter into that crowd. But people are coming from all over the world. They know so much of rush, so much of difficulty, but they are coming. They want to just get a glimpse of the Lord. Right? Now look at Tirupati. People are standing in the queue for hours and hours, booking for months and months ahead. And finally, 1 second, 2 second darshan. And they are very pleased. Are they saying, I will not come again? Immediately after going, they are booking again. You understand the point? See, and I'll tell you something very close to us, right? Look at all these devotees, honestly speaking. They have dedicated their life. How glorious it is. It is not easy. Someone to say that, oh, I'll offer my love to Krishna. It is not easy. So, how glorious the Lord is. How attractive the Lord is. How wonderful the Lord is. That, so we can see, actually, Gajendra in his prayer, he's saying that, Namo āścarya, what is that word? So he says, the person who does very wonderful activities. So that is what is the Supreme Lord, right? I don't remember that. Okay? Okay. So, so Arjuna will almost conclude with this. Arjuna, when he is seeing the Vishwarupam, he is astonished. He is saying, Aneka vaktra nayanam, aneka adbhuta darshanam, aneka devyā bharanam, devyā aneko dhyayāyutam, devyā mālambaradharam, devyā gandhanulepanam. Then he is saying, sarvāścaryamayam devam, anantam vishvato mukham. After he is explaining all about the Lord, then he is saying, he is wearing a mala, he is having mukuta, he is having so many heads, hands. He told all that. Then he is saying, sarvāścaryamayam devam. Everything about you is āścaryam. Everything that I see here is āścaryam. So, everything is wonderful. Everything is wondrous. Everything is devyam. Everything is beyond my imagination. Right? So, like that, sarvāścaryamayam devam. The Lord is glorious. The Lord is wonderful in all aspects, in all times, in all circumstances. He is always all perfect, right? So this is the glory. This is something. So that's why I said it is such a great opportunity to glorify the Lord, and especially the verse which is directly glorifying the Lord, right? So with that, we'll conclude. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
This glorification of the Lord, you are saying it's all perfect. The Lord is all perfect and His activities are all perfect, and whatever He does is also amazing, wonderful, all those things. So we as devotees, we have certain things we are unable to understand Him, His gloriousness, His greatness, His perfectness, because of our tiny brain. But how to understand that gap?
Through the eyes of the devotees, through the eyes of the acharyas. See, as you rightly said, if you have to appreciate a great thing, we also need to have some greatness. Otherwise we can't appreciate, right? Somebody may be a very great scientist in some microbiology, okay? He's a great scientist. He has done some research there. He'll come and tell something. Will you appreciate? Will you understand? Oh, okay, something is talking. We can't appreciate that, right? So the Lord is so glorious. We see, the biggest thing is we wish to glorify the Lord. That is the genuine desire. If we have genuine desire, of course the Lord will pave the way, He will show the way. And the way to see is, we can't understand Him, but through the eyes of the devotees, we can appreciate the Lord. Like Prabhupada, like all the acharyas, right? Narada Muni, all devatas, that's what we said. Everybody is glorifying the Lord. If we see through their eyes, we can understand how great the Lord is. Right, Prabhu? Any other questions? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.